Assalamu alaikum, Bismillah ar-Rahman rahim. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sanaullah Syed, and I'm with the Learning Technology Center, Deanship of Academic Development. The topic for today's session is Blackboard Learning Management System. It's an introduction to the Learning Management System. This webinar is going to be almost 1 hour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a presentation. I'll go over the slides in about 15 to 20 minutes just to give you an awareness and update. And the remaining time, I'll try to go over the demo. I'll have a demo of the system. And of course, if there are question answers, you can always ask or put in the chat. As it was announced, this session is essentially for new faculty members who are just joining in KFUPM so that they become aware of the teaching and learning system used at KFUPM. But everyone is welcome. I'm seeing some familiar names who are regular users. So maybe they are just coming to refresh app and relook at some of the features maybe. So everybody is welcome. And of course, as I mentioned, if you have any questions, you can either put it in the Q&A chat or you can have voice questions later during the demo. I hope everyone is okay with that. So let me begin the presentation. So the topic, as I mentioned, is Blackboard Learning Management System. This is the online system for teaching and learning at KFUPM. And if you look at the logos, Blackboard, this was an old logo with a yellow border. And then the company was acquired by Anthology. And the new logo is Blackboard with with the blue and green logo at the top. So that's the logo that you will see. The name of the parent company is Anthology. So what I'm going to do here is, before I begin, this is the agenda. We'll talk quickly about learning management systems, some educational features, market share, statistics, modules, documentation tools, and support. And what I'm going to do is, before we go any further, I'll try to launch a poll. Just give me a second, if I can do that. So basically, I want your experience. What is your experience with learning management system? It can be any learning management system, Blackboard, Canvas, Moodle, anything if you have used, either as a student or an instructor or any other role as an admin. So I just want to get how many are new users, how many have used before. So just to get an idea, I'll keep the poll open for another like 15, 20 seconds. Okay, I think I got about close to 70% participation. We have around 53 participants, 52 participants, and close to 40. Okay. Let me end the poll here and share the results. As you can see, majority are instructors. They have used it, so they have an idea. Some have used it as a student. Maybe they are graduate students or they have experience as a student. And I can see a couple of first-time users. Maybe they have used other system. So we have a mixed variety, but majority are familiar. So I will try to address some of the basic things. I know it will look very intuitive for others, so please bear with us because we have a mix of the group. So let me begin with the agenda. So what's going to happen is this session is essentially an overview of basic tools in Blackboard as an instructor. So you will get to see the functionality of Blackboard as an instructor because you'll have to use the tools like create assignments, upload content, and so on. Compared to a student will essentially view the course. So they will download the file, submit an assignment, and so on. Again, due to fully online teaching in the past couple of years, I know majority have become experts and well experienced in variety of online tools, including LMS. So this essentially will be a review for the majority of the participants. So that's the idea. Of course, I will conduct some advanced workshops later in the semester or specific for a specific group or in specific departments if there is a need. But this will basically get on board everyone with the essential features. So just to give a definition, LMS, Learning Management System, is a web-based application for the administration, documentation, tracking, reporting, and delivery of e-learning education courses. It offers a consistent interface. It can be customized for different group of learners. It's integrated, like functions and services can be provided via a single point, and it's basically a technology-based solution to different learning paradigms. You have communication, collaboration, group-based learning, blended learning, and so on. Within KFUPM, Blackboard is linked with KFUPM portal. So if you log into portal, you should be able to access Blackboard, and you can access it directly using the link Blackboard. We'll come to that in a couple of minutes. If you look from a functional educational feature of LMS, you can address different learning styles. For example, you have different learning styles like visual, auditory, audio, kinesthetics, and so on. You have different course creation tools, like you can upload files, you can create assignments, you can create discussions, you can have different such tools. You have assessments, you have interactive communication via email, course messages, or class collaborate ultra for live communication similar to Teams and Zoom. And finally, you have reporting, so you generate reports, how the course was used, and so on. Some more educational features include content editor. You have easy to use interface, math editor, full screen mode. You have item analysis and quiz, so you can get an at a glance analysis. You have a grade center, which is basically a topic on its own, which allows you to upload grades. Students will see their own grades. It does all those calculations for average, mean, median, and so on. You have needs grading, you have automatic regrading, and so on. If you look from an assessment perspective, you have timed assessments, you have question reuse and discovery, and you have multiple question types, which is very much standard in most of the learning management system. Similarly, you have user-centric interface where you have drag and drop, inline grading, as well as notifications dashboard. Notification dashboard is an important place because you get all your notifications, and of course, you can customize these notifications either on your mobile app or via email. If you look at collaborative features, you have wikis, blogs, and journals. You can use these tools within the course, as well as you can upload dynamic content such as YouTube, Flickr, and SlideShare. So that can be included directly in your course from the website. In addition to this, you have content from cloud services such as Google Drive, OneDrive, Dropbox, and so on. Some of the course theme structure, some of the features related to course themes are quick setup guide. You have structures guide. For example, if you are teaching a course as a lecture, you have a different setup. If you are teaching a course as a lab or a project, you will have a different ready-made setup guide. So it allows you the links, and the setup will allow you to use that template and of course customize it. You have support for update and management of files, including network drives, Mac and Windows support, and easy edit of content. This figure is just to give you an idea of different other LMSs that have been in the market for almost 20 plus years. And Blackboard is one of the major players that sort of acquired other learning management systems like WebCT, Angel Learning Management System, and so on. The other open sources that are available, especially this is from the US and the Canadian higher education institution, but in Saudi Arabia, the focus is more on Blackboard and Moodle, as well as they have Brightspace Desire to Learn. But the point I'm trying to make is all learning management systems essentially give you the same features, and we have Blackboard, so we are going to use Blackboard, and it does essentially what it's supposed to do. Just a quick history. It was formed in 1997, and it sort of changed the name or version over the period of time. And the most recent is the Blackboard Learn Ultra, which is cloud-based, but still we don't have it in KFUPM because we are self-hosted. And there is a plan in the near future to have the latest one. Of course, when it comes, it will be announced. From a company perspective, Blackboard is part of Anthology. That's why you see A instead of B. It used to be B for Blackboard, but now it's A because the parent company is Anthology, and it has this logo of blue and green A, which has more other products as well. A quick information about the learning management system statistics and trend. 77% of higher education faculty agree that LMS is critical to their teaching, and most of the features were already in use even before the pandemic. So it's close to 80 to 90% already in use from a faculty perspective. From a student perspective, they agree that LMS had a positive impact on their learning, satisfaction, and productivity in terms of their teaching and so on. So again, it's very much used. If you look from a module perspective, previously Blackboard had two apps. This is the mobile app for instructor and student. They both run on Android and iOS devices. However, recently they have merged both their apps as a single app, Blackboard Learn, and this was updated with the new company logo A for Anthology, which is the latest app. for Blackboard, which is the same for instructor as well as student. And depending on your role, whether you are an instructor or student, the way you log in, you will have a corresponding access to the course. In addition to this mobile app, you also have a built-in app known as Class, which was formerly known as Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, which is a tool for virtual communication similar to Microsoft Teams or Zoom. A couple of advantages over there that it runs in a browser using web RTC protocol, so you don't need to install any plugin or download any app. And the second thing is it stays in the course itself. So if you do any session like part of your class, like if you have online office hours, so you can keep it in the class, so you don't need to send the link, just create a link in the course. Students can join in. If you want to record, the recording is available within the course. So it all stays part of the course. So it was previously called Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. The new name is Class Ultra. If you have not already downloaded the app, you can scan this QR code for a corresponding device, whether Android device or iOS device. So you should get this logo, or you can search for Blackboard Learn app in your corresponding device, and you should be able to access this app. Again, just a note, this app is essentially important from a student perspective, where they essentially view the content. From an instructor perspective, it might not really be very helpful, especially if you are uploading content. But to access the content, and in case of if there is an urgent need where you don't have a larger screen device, you can use this device still to get the job done. So it can be helpful, but the main purpose or the main benefit is for students who basically are accessing the course to view the files and read the announcements and so on. But again, it's helpful. It can be helpful. You can install it on a larger screen mobile device and so on, like iPad or Android tablet and so on. A couple of information about some of the documentation and services. If you log into Blackboard, you should be able to see a resources page, and all the resources are updated over here. So occasionally have a look at this page to see if there is any update or some information related to any tool or any other resource that is shared. Excuse me. In addition to this, we have LTI integration with third-party tools and services. LTI integration stands for lightweight, this integration with different tools. For example, we have Turnitin, we have Gradescope, and so on. So these integrations help you directly users to log into Blackboard and then access those services. So that integration is available. We have also integration with digital textbooks such as WebAssign, Wiley Plus, McGraw-Hill, and so on. We have a couple of more tools like Respondus Lockdown Browser. Then you have Turnitin, SafeAssign. Turnitin is third-party tool. SafeAssign is built in Blackboard. And then we have Blackboard Tips, video online courses, and comprehensive online courses that were developed earlier and still is available for all the KFUPM community. In addition to this, there are a couple of tools that I will try to demonstrate some of these in my demo session in the next 20 to 30 minutes. Of course, I will not go into very detailed to a lot of them, but I'll try to address some of them, including announcements, assignments, discussion board, grade center, review status, maybe a SafeAssign, student preview, and so on. One note regarding best practice is that it's recommended to use a proper tool for any task. Of course, it looks very obvious, very trivial, but just I always give this example. Some instructors used to post grades as announcements, so everybody sees what each of the other students' grades as well, which is usually not recommended. But if you use the proper tool, which is the Grade Center for publishing grades, then it makes sense, and then you can do those automatic calculations like combine different columns to get an average or get some more statistics of an individual column and so on. You can't do that when you post it as an announcement and so on. Finally, if you want some support or any help related to Blackboard, please note that there is a website called help.blackboard.com. This is an external website from the Blackboard company itself. And we are using the KFUPM, KFUPM is using the Blackboard Learn original experience, because the newer version, as I mentioned, is the cloud version. The SaaS version is called Ultra Experience. So we don't have that yet, but from a tool perspective, they are more or less very much similar. The Ultra is basically a more better an intuitive and user-friendly design, which is more fluid and more sort of, it gives you a better experience. But from a functionality perspective, it's almost like 90-95% very similar. I mean, the tools, the assignment is very similar. The discussions, uploading content, it's just you upload it in a little different. The interface is a little bit more user-friendly compared to original. If you face any help, I mean, if you face any issues, ITC help desk is available, IT help desk, eDesk. So you can make a request online, and we'll try to address those issues as soon as possible. I know in the beginning of the semester you get a lot more requests, but later in the semester it can be any functional request, or you need some other access like guest access and so on. So please make requests through eDesk. Just an important update on course enrollment and availability. This is especially important for new faculty members, because what typically happens is the course enrollment, by default, when instructors are enrolled in a course in Banner, which is the registrar system or portal, they are automatically enrolled in a course in Blackboard, typically a couple of hours or maximum the next day, because the synchronization runs like multiple times a day. So if you are a new faculty member and if you still do not see your course in Blackboard, or you still do not access Blackboard, just make sure that on the registrar website, your name is, you are assigned a course, so that once you assign the course, it automatically shows up in Blackboard. The user will be created, the enrollment will be added, and so on. So just make sure that that is done. So that's the first step. The second step is, by default, a course is not available to the students. So the instructors have to explicitly make the course available, which means if you don't make the course available, the students do not see the course. So I'll show you that as well. And this has to be done for each course, because each course is independent of each other. So just as the courses are listed in the registrar website, they will be available in a similar way, exactly replicated by a synchronization, and it will appear in Blackboard. So thank you for your time for the presentation. Now let's have a quick demo, and you should be able to log into Blackboard in one of the three ways. First of all, you can go to KFPM portal and you should see an icon for Blackboard. If you are a regular academic department teaching faculty member. For faculty members who are either in IRCs, like interdisciplinary research centers, by default, since you are not assigned any courses, so you might not see Blackboard directly over here. So you might have to create an eDisk request if you want to see it, or if you want to access any course. So those are special cases. And some postdoc faculty members, they are typically not assigned courses, but if they are assigned courses, you should see Blackboard in your portal. Otherwise, if you have taught before, you should have an access, so you can go directly to blackboard.kfvpm. Or if you are using a mobile app, just install the app, search for the university either with the full name or the acronym. It might work, and you should be able to log in, same with your portal username and password. So let's go on to the demo. I will stop the presentation, and I'll stop my video also, because it needs a little bit of more screen space to manage this. Any questions at this point? Okay, I'll read the chat as well. Is there any plan to move to Canvas? As of now, we are still waiting because we use the national license. So we do not have, how do I say, we do not have any direct decision to select a learning management system, because it's through the Ministry of Education. And so right now there is no plan, but if there is any plan, sure, we will update you. Okay, so I hope to start a demo with attendance. Yeah, we'll look at most of the features, and attendance, of course, is an important tool. I will try to address one question. I'll try to address all the questions one after the other. Let me just put this, arrange these windows just a second. Okay. Okay, so just a second. Okay, excuse me. Okay, by default, you will when you log into Blackboard, you should see something like this: web courses, online courses, resources at the top, and my web courses and notification dashboard on the left side. You have different modules here. Of course, feel free to explore them. Or if you want to add more modules, you can add modules and see which modules are available. So there is a long list. Explore some of them. If you are interested, you can have a look and add it to the page. The most important module is in the center, which is the list of all your courses. So you should be able to see all your courses. If you do not see your courses, just please be patient. Go to the registrar website, for example. And if you go to the registrar website and if you see the course offerings, so for 251, if I go to, for example, accounting and finance, I can see that the courses are created and the instructors are added, but some instructors might not be added. For example, for senior project instructor is not added. So these courses will not be created in Blackboard unless the instructors are added. So just please bear with them. The chairman's office usually does this for a corresponding department, and you should be able to see it. So for chemistry, I can see the labs are still not assigned. So these courses will not be available in Blackboard, for example. So you will see all your courses. So now a question is, new faculty, I'm teaching 2 sections of the same course. Will students be in different sections or same Blackboard course is separate for each section? So the short answer is it depends on how it's assigned to how it is assigned in the registrar. It will reflect exactly the same as in Blackboard. So if you are teaching 2 sections, accounting 507, 3 and 4, you will get 2 separate sections. Of course, you have an option to request merge the sections or combine them or have a common section. So I can discuss these options available, but essentially you will have 2 separate sections. How to add graders, I will show that once we enter the course and have a little bit, please bear with us, Dr. Maki. Okay, let's start the demo now. So once you are in the course, by default, you will see something like this. So you will see your course. Right now, I'm using this one course, and I have added most of the users who enrolled in the course. But I'll add a couple of more a little bit later. That's where we will see how to add the graders also as well. So by default, it says the course is available, and it says not currently available. Not currently available means the students do not see this course. This is by default what happens in the beginning when the course is automatically synchronized with the registrar website. So once I click in this course, it doesn't mean that you as an instructor do not have access. You as an instructor has an access to this one. All you have to do is click. It allows you to add content, upload content and make the course ready. And then when you want to make the course available to students, all you have to do is click on this make available icon. So this is the padlock icon on the upper right side. It's there in each course. And once that is done, there is a text here which says course is unavailable to students. The moment you do it, it's a toggle button. You just have to click on it once. Don't click on 2 times because it will reset it back to the log. So I'll just click on it once. And then this text is gone. And if I come back to web courses, I can see that the name of the course is available and not currently available is gone, which means the students can see this course. This has to be done for each course in the beginning of the semester. This is very true for new faculty members and some returning faculty members if they have not taught, for example, a semester before, because we have seen examples where faculty members log in, upload content, they just forget to click this button and nobody sees the course. The student complained like it's day 3 or day 5. And, so just please remember you have to make the course available. Now, once you do this, couple of things happen. The first thing that happens is you will get an email notification that there is a new course that is available. So it notifies you and it does the same thing for the student. There is a question here is how about availability period? Maybe you mean the continuous part. So you can make it available. It's available until you want to make it unavailable again. So if you click on it again, the course becomes unavailable. So it depends on how you want to do it. But typically, you can keep it available at the end of the semester. You can make it unavailable if you want to, or you can keep it open. It's up to the instructor. Okay. Of course, when I made the course available, you should be able to see it in your course list, and you should see that the course is empty. If these on the left side, this is a customizable Course menu, you can add more content. There is by default, a couple of things are already set up. For example, the first group is basically course, content, assignment, assessments. You can move them, customize them if you want something in the beginning, or if you want to add something more, you can add a new content area. For example, I can say homepage, for example, and a homepage appears, which is again a blank page, and I can drag and drop, and I can customize it. So it's like GUI designing. So you can design certain links and so on. Or if you don't want, you can just delete this link, delete the content, and delete. You have to click 2-3 times to delete it. So this is customizable. Again, little bit of customizations. If you want to have the course theme, for example, if this is a specific course, for example, in digital learning, I can just change this icon and it looks like this. So if you refresh from your side, you will see the colors changed a little bit. Again, this is all customization, personalization, and so on. This can be done. How can you import course from previous semester instead of building from a scratch? Very good question. We'll come to that in a minute. Let me come to the settings a little bit later. Just give me like a couple of minutes. So here is a place where you can upload content. So the first thing that I typically do is upload the syllabus or a course content. So in order to do that, you can click on course content, and then you see these different options: build content, assessment tools, and so on. And then I can say I want to upload a file. So let me just upload the same presentation that I just did. So I will browse for local files. And if I search for a file, which is the PDF file, and I'll just upload, I type in the name. So if I increase the font a little bit, okay, sorry about that. I'm just zooming in a little bit, and I just uploaded a file, typed in the name, and I click submit. And I can see the Blackboard LMS file. This is a PDF file is uploaded. Now this is one way to upload, and if you have multiple files, you can use, instead of file, you can use item, build content and item. So if you want to upload an item, say presentation and PDF, and then here you can upload multiple files. I will upload the presentation and the PDF file and open, and I click submit. Just give me a second, please. Okay, so you can upload files this way. Again, this is very much straightforward. Now, yes, if you upload the file, it will be immediately available to the students. If there is a way to keep the hidden file, yes, of course. If you upload a file and if you don't want to share with the student, you can either go back to the setting, or once you upload, there is an option over here, permit users to view this content. You can always say no, for example, if you don't want it to make it available, and the student will not see this file. So availability is it's hidden from the student. Can you please repeat the customization? Customization is, for every item, there is a drop down beside the name of the file. So if you drop down, you will see different options. And the first option is edit. When you edit, you can change the name of the file, select a different file, and permit the users to view the content. Is this Zoom okay? I hope. So if you just click no, you will not be able to see, and submit. If you want to make it available, you can always say edit, make it permit the content, yes. And this happens for almost all the items that you can upload. And here you can make there is a shortcut for making it available or unavailable directly without going there. So you can make it available or unavailable from here as well. So if you make it unavailable, so this is how the course looks like. However, if you are looking, one important point that I wanted to share with you is there is something called student preview mode. So as an instructor, you have uploaded the files. This is how the course looks like to you. You will see course menu, you will see control panel, and so on. So this is basically an instructor interface where you have a full privilege to make changes to the course. However, the students do not see everything like this. So if you want to see how the course looks like to a student, you have to use this enter student preview. So once I click this, what it does is it shows me how the course looks like to a student. So there are only 2 links. There are a couple of links because the other links are empty. It doesn't show. It shows my grade. It shows this background logo. You don't see any buttons to make changes to the presentation. And if you see the file that was uploaded as a PDF is not visible because essentially you made it unavailable to the students. So it's always great to click on the student preview mode and see how the course looks like as a student. This is what is expected from you. So if I exit the student preview, I said, no, I want the file to be visible to the students. So I will just say make available. So this is available. Now I go to student preview, and you should be able to see that there are 2 files that are available. And of course, you can not only just upload PDF files, you can upload a variety of files like audio, images, video, web link, and so many other from different LTI integrations like feedback fruits, Wiley assignments, book widgets, SCOM packages, Zybooks, and so on, depending on what type of content you have already with the publisher or with the service provider. You can also provide a YouTube video directly. So if I add a YouTube video about KFUPM, for example, I'm not going outside to YouTube and copying and searching. I'm doing it within. Yes, we can upload YouTube video, but it's more easy if you just search and it searches and brings in and it takes care of placing and everything. So I'll just select the first KFUPM video, and there is a preview. I can add a thumbnail or embed video. So I'll just use the default settings. And you will see something like this KFUPM introductory video. You can watch the video, you click on it, it opens and plays, and so on. So the point I'm trying to make is you can upload variety of content from different sources. You can go to build content and see what makes it more interesting. Of course, there are essential, you can upload PDF files, you can upload presentations, you can make a content folder. For example, I want content folder for week 1, for example. So I get a folder, I can move this folder wherever I want to, and I upload content here, and so on. Can you report the video part? Yeah, of course. If you want to add a video, the easiest way I'm using is using a YouTube video. You can also upload a video directly. This will allow you to upload a video, but this is not usually helpful if you have large videos where students have to download. So YouTube video is much easier. All you have to do is go to build content, YouTube video, and you have to search for something, because this is on YouTube. It's not within this course or not within KFUPM. So I'm just searching for a video. It takes a couple of more seconds, like 10 to 15 seconds, and it finds out different video. So international faculty members, I can select anyone, and I can use the default settings. I can add some more information. I can embed the video. I can show the YouTube URL. I can change these settings, whatever is available, and I click on submit. I will see something like this. So a little bit different. It shows the YouTube URL, date added, and so on. So this way you can upload video. And of course, if you have it on YouTube, it's much easier, not to distract students. You can embed it directly within your course without going to YouTube and getting links, or just giving them links and they go out of the course and keep on watching other related videos and so on. Excellent. Let me address some of these questions whichever I can. So let me just come to the first question about the students. In this course, what I have done is, just give me 1 second if you allow me. I think I'll have to go look at this course. Just give me 1 second, please. Just give me 1 second, please. Yeah, okay, by the way, is there anyone, let me just do it the other way. Is there anyone in this course who doesn't have access to this course? Is there anyone in this Zoom meeting who does not have access to this course? Just raise your hand or type in the name. I mean, if you log into Blackboard, you do not see this course in your course list. I'm going to add you as a student. That's how I will show you how to add a grader as well. So I presume everyone is here. If you want to see who, okay, Hassan Mubarak. Okay, let me do that. So Hassan Mubarak, I'm going to add you as a student or a grader so I can at least show you. All instructors who have access to this course, if you click on user within the course, you have these links, and after the link, you have control panel. Under control panel, you have users and group. Just expand it, click on users. It will show you all the users within this course who are enrolled with a different role. By default, because you are an instructor and all others will be student, the role of all the users will be student except yourself, which is an instructor. So if I scroll up and down, I can see all our students except myself. I should be the instructor in this course, which I'm over here. So I'm the instructor. Now I'm going to add, is Dr. Abdul Karim Makki added in this course? Let me just sort by the name. Let me repeat that again. If you want to see the list of courses, if you want to see the list of users, you have to go down, scroll, click on users and group, and click on users. Users will show all the users in this course with the role, username, first name, last name, email address, and the role. The role is a student by default, and you only yourself will be the instructor. In my case, this is my course that I created. I'm the instructor, you are the student. So let me see, Dr. Abdul Karim AK Makki is not there. Okay, let me add Dr. Abdul Karim as a grader. So if I, or a student, I'll show both. So all you have to do is, once you see this user list, this is a search area. So this is searching within this list. So let me search for Makki. Dr. Abdul Karim Makki is not over here. So what I'll do is I will enroll. This is a search bar. I cannot add using this search bar. So I have to click on find users to enroll. If I know the username, I can just type in directly, like S2024 whatever student, or G2024 for graduate students, or directly the username AK Makki for Dr. Abdul Karim Makki. And I can click the role. I can click the role for student, instructor, teaching assistant, grader, guest, and so on. However, if I don't know the username, I can always browse. Browse is only for searching. So if I search with anybody with the name Makki, I can see Dr. Abdul Karim Makki is, I can search with this and submit. However, just note, I need to enter only the username. I don't need to enter the full name, I mean full email address, or not a full name. And if there are multiple users, I have to separate by comma. So I have a student user called myself, Sanaullah STU, a student user. I'm going to add, and you can enter multiple, you can enter up to like 30, 40, 100, whatever you want. And I'm going to add as a grader. So I have to select grader and submit. Now, once I do that, it says success enrollment user added for AK Makki. And so I have added 2 users as a grader. And if I want to see everyone in this list, I just search. I can see that there are 2 graders, myself as a grader. And so in case, I entered by mistake, so I want to change this role to a student. So I'll just come over here and I change the role to a student. So this is the role for a student and submit. So I can change the role for anybody who is a grader, or sometimes you have different role like teaching assistant and so on. Ibrahim Wuni, add me. Okay, let me search. I don't know your exact email address, but let me search. I need to see Ibrahim. There are many Ibrahim. Can you please share your email ID? I can add somebody else. I can just type in the name Muhammad Zaka Imad as a student. Submit. You are already enrolled. Imad contains. Yeah, you are already added. So let me add. Just bear with me, please. And user Mehboob Zaman is already added. So let me search for Wuni. No user found. Maybe your account username is not created. So we'll look into this a little bit later if you don't mind. So just let me. Okay, let's come to the attendance. So okay. So Dr. Makki, this is how you add graders or teaching assistants in your course. So from control panel, users and groups and users, and then you will see all the users. If you want to add anything, click on the button find users to enroll and select, have their user ID, select the role and click submit.
Okay.
Let's come to the.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sure, please. So if I look into the attendance part, of course, there are more than one way to talk about attendance. The first one is within Blackboard. There is under course tools, you will see the word attendance, which is a built-in tool for Blackboard for this course. So you have to click attendance, and then you have to click add attendance. When you add attendance, it has these default values. For present is 100%, late is 50%, and absent is 0%. And then you can just click close this. These are settings. It's optional. So what it does is it shows the user, it shows the first name, last name of all the students in your course. In my course, we have about 100 plus users. So it's a longer list. Some of you might have this list. Some of you might have a smaller list. Some have uploaded their photos, so it's a little bit more easily to recognize and identify. And you can see some more pics. So if you want to do one by one, you can say present, late, present, and so on. You can do that. Or if you want to do for all, you can just click on present and mark all of them present. So everybody is present. It takes a couple of seconds. Everybody is present. So if you see, everybody is present. And this is for today's meeting. So anytime you click on this attendance, it goes for today. If you click on the overall, you will see the attendance for today. And if you want to add more, by default, whenever you click, it does it for that day. But if you want to add more, if you have to come to this between the column area, there is a small plus sign. So if you want to add after today, for example, for tomorrow, I click on one more day, it's a next. So, and I can change this to edit this meeting. So today is one session, for example, Wednesday, and then I can change it to Thursday, for example. So it adds the day. And today, if it's not for today, I can edit and make it from yesterday, for example. So you can always keep changing. There is no lot of options visibly that you click on it, but you just click on it, you get an option. You click on the plus sign, you get one more column. You click on plus, one more column. And if you want to delete it, just click on it and delete the meeting. You can delete it. Same thing, delete the meeting, and so on. So this way you can take an attendance within Blackboard, which is relatively manual in terms of, as an instructor, you have to enter. Now there is one more way to do attendance, which is called attending using the Rajati system. This is a built-in system. Sorry, this is a ITC developed system. I mean, homegrown system, and this is available to all instructors. So all you have to do is go to the Rajati.kfutm.edu.sa. You will have to log in. Once you log in, it shows you the different courses that you are enrolled. Right now, I'm not teaching any course, so it will not show. But if you are assigned a course already in the registrar system over here, you should be able to see the Rajati. And then there are the steps. I will share those steps directly in this course as a content file, so you will have an access to this Rajati system as well. The Rajati system is not directly managed by Blackboard because this is, as I mentioned, it's a different system, but developed by IT, and instructors, sub-instructors use this as because it gives you a QR code, and it allows, especially is very beneficial for a larger class where students can just scan a QR code, and which is changing every 5 seconds, so that they don't share it with their colleagues, with their friends who are not physically present, and so on. So it's a very well designed thought system, but it's not directly managed by DAD. It's managed by IT. And as I can see in the chat, I can see 2 courses, but only 1 course in the Rajati. You can request to add a course. You can create a course, add it to the Rajati, and you have to enter. But in my opinion, just create an eDesk request, and somebody from IT will be able to help you. Normally, they upload it after the registrar is updating, but they do not. It's not synchronized as Blackboard, which does multiple times a day. So there might be a little delay, but it's best to raise an eDesk request, and they will update it. Hopefully, they will do it by the end of the week when a lot of updates have been done at the registrar system. So this is essentially about attendance. You are getting an idea about using different tools, like making the course available, student preview, adding content, different tools, and so on. Any questions at this point? I do not see course management section in the left toolbar of 2.5. Okay, this course management, if you do not see, the first thing that you should do is zoom it to 100%. So if I zoom it to larger size, this menu automatically gets hidden. So just zoom it back to 100%. and then click on this blue line, and it sort of expands, and you should be able to see the course menu in your course. This is, this is a feature in Blackboard in which if you zoom in, it tries to, the menu is not very important. It tries to maximize this viewing area. So the moment you zoom a little bit, it tries to hide that course menu so that you get maximum area of visibility within the working area. But if you zoom out, you always have to bring this back by hovering your mouse over here and expanding it and bring it over here. So this is essentially about adding content. We have other tools. Let me just go over other tools very quickly. I know we are short on time. Again, this is more like just to give you an overview. If there is any specific need, or if there is any specific question, please feel free to contact me later on, and I should be able to help you either one-to-one session or through email. Let me look at, okay, about previous, okay, good. I'll talk about the previous course and then I'll talk about merging. Okay, so previous course is basically if you have taught a course previously in the previous semester, and if you want to copy the contents, the easiest way is to go to the source course and copy the course and select the destination. So let me tell you what, let me just demonstrate what I mean. So this is the course that I, for example, that I have. If I go back to a course, for example, I have another course which has something less. Let me just look at another course. I think I have all similar. Let me just go to the same course itself. So what I'll do is I will go to Control Panel, Packages and Utilities, and I have to click on Course Copy. So we'll copy everything from this course to another course. So what I'm going to do is I have to do this. I have to select a copy and copy into an existing course. So the way course is copied is, first of all, you have to have access to this course. For example, you want to copy this course into a destination course. Now, you should have access to both the courses, the destination as well as the existing course. You cannot copy content from other instructor courses or somebody else has taught it and not belonging to a department and so on. You should have access to both the courses, the source and the destination. In my case, I'm going to copy this course into my personal course shell, which is, if you can see a personal course shell, this is just a blank empty course shell with some links, but there is no content as such. I'm going to copy this course with week 1 PDF files and videos. I'm going to copy the whole thing into that course. So I have to come to the source course, click on Packages and Utilities, Course Copy, and I have to give the destination course ID. I have to have access to it. So if I don't, I cannot copy. So if I just browse for it, I should be able to, if I search with course ID, I know it starts with PCS, which is personal course shell, and I have a couple of personal course shells. Let me copy it into for 251 and submit. So I'm going to copy it into this one, and I can select all of them. By default, I want to select everything. Of course, you have an option not to select certain items. For example, if you are copying from the previous semester, there are announcements that are relevant to that semester. You might not want to copy it. Or if you are just going to reuse the announcements, you can copy it. And then if you scroll down, it gives you a size. This is only like 3.6 megabyte. And there is an option to include the enrollment. I don't want to include the enrollment. I just want to copy the contents. And I click submit. Once I do that, it says success. Course copy action has been queued. An email will be sent when the process is complete. This typically takes like half a minute to a minute. And if I come over here, I can see that it's already done, I think. Now, if I click on this personal course shell, I can see that all these contents have been copied. It says source was this file, destination was this file is complete. You can see the log file, and you can see that everything was copied. There was some errors because some cache errors, minor here and there, but essentially it copies everything. So that's about the course copy. Let me just see if there is any question that I missed. Okay, thank you. How can new staff view and roll over the past year courses? For new employees or new faculty members, if the instructor is available in KVPM, please contact the instructor and they can share access or give content. Or if the instructor is not available, please contact the chairman or the chairman's office. They can give you access by contacting me because it's the department's ownership. So we can look at that. I think that's essentially, I think all the questions are there. We have 10 more minutes. I'll try to address some of the features that I think are important. Otherwise, if you have any questions, you can always type in and try to address these answers. And of course, as I mentioned, we can, if you have any specific question, you can contact me directly. My contact is available, I think, here in the chat, or you can contact my email address or my telephone number. Once I'll put it in the chat close to the finishing of the session. So let's come back to this course. So you can create courses, syllabus, and assignments. Okay, somebody asked about assignments. Okay, let me talk very quickly about assignments. If you want to create an assignment, you can say click under assessments and there is assignment. And by default, assignment is, for example, homework 1. Introduce yourself. Just please provide a brief info. There is some due date. I can say, for example, today, end of the day, or let's say by 6 p.m. Possible points 10. Submission details, single submission, unlimited attempts, and so on. So it allows you for safe assign, submission check against plagiarism, and so on. Yes, so this is a regular assignment. You will see an icon like a pencil and a scale and a paper at the back end. So this is an assignment introduction. In order to detect again, so 3 things about this. First of all, when you as an instructor create an assignment, students can click on it and submit an assignment by creating a submission or uploading a file or adding a comment and click submit. So this is from a student perspective. Now, once the student submits the assignment, as an instructor, if you want to see the submissions, you have to come to Control Panel, Grade Center, and Full Grade Center. Now, when you do this, you should be able to see that there is a column that is automatically created called Homework 1, Introduce Yourself, as an assignment. And you can see that this is all empty because nobody has submitted the assignment. Once you submit the assignment, you will see that students have submitted, and then you can look at a specific assignment and view the submission, view the attempt, and so on. Now, this is a by default assignment tool within Blackboard. Now, if you want to have a Turnitin assignment, which gives a little bit more functionality in terms of AI detection and plagiarism tracking and so on, you have to use something called a Turnitin Feedback Studio. So if you go to Build Content and scroll down, towards the end, you will see Turnitin Feedback Studio. Let me just zoom in a little bit if you are not able to see it very clearly, although I'm limited by the screen size. So I can see Turnitin Feedback Studio. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Of course, it opens in a new window. It's a little bit slow compared to the built-in Blackboard assignment because it opens, it's a LTI integration, third party. It opens their website. It takes a couple of more seconds than normal, but of course, it has a much richer functionality. It gives you an AI detection and so on. Yes, of course, it works in BB, and you have to give a new assignment. I'll call it a TII introduce yourself. Same thing. This is TII for Turnitin. And there is a start date, there is a due date, there is a feedback date. I'm going to use the default settings and a rubric report setting. You can do most of the things except I think repository part within the same Blackboard, but the interface here is a little bit different. So now once you create, it says success. It has been added. Now here, if you come back and refresh, you should see that this is a regular assignment. This is a Turnitin assignment, which has the logo similar to what the Turnitin has. So if I want to repeat, to create a Turnitin assignment, to create a regular assignment, you have to click under assessments and assignment, and then you follow the steps. You see these different options and so on, submission details, grading options, display of grades, and so on. This is a regular assignment. If you want to see set up a Turnitin assignment, you have to go under Build Content, scroll down till the end. You will see Turnitin Feedback Studio. That's the name that they use. It opens in a different window. You have to just wait a little bit and allow it to appear, because as I mentioned, this is a external site. And then you have to type in the details. You have date, time, submission details, late submission. You have a rubric option. You have report settings and so on. And then you click on create assignment, and then it will create an assignment, and you should be able to see the assignment over here. Similarly, if you go to the full grade center, you will also see exactly the same thing. Let me just zoom to 100%. So a regular assignment, it created a column called homework 1 introduce. For Turnitin, it created TII, introduce yourself Turnitin, and it created a column. And anybody who submits, you should be able to see their submission and click on the attempt and follow on. Similarly, when you create an assignment, you also create an assessment. Assessment, again, is a test where you have multiple type of questions. So you can create, I might go a little fast because just to get an idea. So if this is, for example, quiz 1, I can submit, create a quiz, and I can add different type of questions, calculated formula, either or, fill in the blanks, multiple choice, or I can upload questions. Now, uploading questions can be interesting because we can have a specific format. I just, by the way, I used, since everybody talks about AI these days, I used ChatGPT to generate a specific pattern of questions from Physics 101 course, and it gave me some questions. Of course, I didn't verify the validity and the correctness, but it does a pretty good job in terms of uploading, creating in a specific format. I have a question in the chat, OBE mapping. Can you please elaborate what is OBE? It's object linking and embedding or something else? While you type that, I'll try to answer another question. Please show us how to merge the sections. Okay. Regarding merging the sections, by default, as an instructor, you cannot merge the sections. You have to create an eDesk request where I will do the merging part, because sometimes everybody has a special request, like sometimes they want to merge all the sections or some of their sections, or sometimes they want to create a separate common section. So the suggestion is go to eDesk website, and under IT services, you can create a new request based on a catalog. If you click for Blackboard, Blackboard services. So there is Blackboard services here. If I scroll down, yeah, Blackboard and a request for special courses or merge course request. Just click on this one, fill in the information if you need a common course or a merge course or a special course, and then fill in the details, and somebody from our side will try to address this request, and we will merge the sections or create a special questions. Okay, the next question is, can we group students? Can we group students into groups? Of course, you can group students into groups. If you click on users and groups under control panel, let me just refresh this. You have users and groups and groups. By default, you can create a manual group or you can import groups. Now, importing groups, you have to import in a specific format. First, you have to import groups, and then you have to import group members. But before that, you have to know which type, what's the CSV file, what's the format of the file. So if you click on more help over here, if you click on more help, it will give you the sample files of how the groups should be and how the members should be. And just follow the instructions, upload the groups first, then upload the members later. And then you should have different groups already created with the student. Regarding the Grade Center, as I mentioned, it's a full-fledged topic in its own, but if you click on the Grade Center, you will essentially get the information, like you have different columns, usernames, you can create multiple columns, manage the Grade Center columns, you have smart views, you can generate reports, you can work offline, means you can download this whole Grade Center as an Excel. So if I download this, all the full Grade Center and submit, I should be able to get a downloaded file, and if I open, I should be seeing this in Excel, and I'll see something like this. Of course, this is a CSV format, so you have downloaded locally, and if you make any changes, you can upload the same file again. So whatever changes are there, you can upload it directly from Excel back to Blackboard. So it's 5 o'clock now. We have to stop. This is essentially, just to give an idea of certain things. I'm sure you all will have some more questions later on in the semester, and feel free to contact me. I'll put my email and telephone number in the chat, or you can contact me. Otherwise, if you want to create an eDesk request, that is much better tracked and more than one person will be able to address your concerns. So my first suggestion is create an eDesk request, or if you face any issues that is very specific, or if you want to call me, so please feel free to call me. Yes, of course, the session is recorded. I'll share the recording later today. So thank you all for your time. I appreciate your presence, and we'll try to have more sessions later in the semester. And thank you again for joining, and have a good day. Thank you very much. Bye bye.